Well, good morning, all my beautiful people, man. How's it going, man? As you guys come in the stream, I ask that y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell, man. It's a little chilly out here, man, but this day number 93, baby. You hear me? Day number 93, man, out here in the road, man. GA, what's up, GA? How's it going, man? You know what I'm saying? Day number 93 out here on the road, man, with this We the People tour, man. You know what I'm saying? We outside, baby. Hey, I told myself we're going to be outside this whole time, man. Like, actually, when we started the tour in Tennessee, I did a couple streams inside in the hotels, man. You know what I'm saying? Might return to that, like, sooner than later. You know what I'm saying? After we finish, getting the live streams finished with this tour, this We the People tour. You know what I'm saying? If you guys don't know, we're going to end the tour next week in New York. And then after that, we're going to move on. We're going to continue with the live streams, continue with the contents. It's going to be a break in the vlog. Next Tuesday, every Tuesday for the last, month or two, we've been doing a We the People vlog. But next Tuesday, we're not going to be doing a We the People vlog because we're going to New York City. Live streams, Legal Wars Live here in New York City next week. So with the that New York City, the We the People 10 is going to be the last vlog in this series right now. It'll come out on the 28th. As you guys come into the stream after it was pre-recorded, make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, guys. If you do not know, tomorrow, all across America, man, people about to hit the streets with the No Kings, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they're protesting about fighting autocracy. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, are they organizing for the midterms? Because if they're not organizing for the midterms, that's what they should be doing. So once again, as you guys come into the stream, I ask if you on a cell phone, double tap your screen, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell, guys. Let's get to cooking. President Trump is a transformational figure. Whether you hate him or love him, he has not only redefined politics in America, but he is also doing it across the entire world. The people that love him, they love him endlessly. And the people that hate him, well, they hate him with a passion. Here's my thing, though. All of this is just business as usual in American politics. Nothing more, nothing less. But what gets me the most is how the Democrats have responded to him, okay? What do you mean by that, Ghost? When President Trump was first running for president in 2015, the Democrats went at him in traditional political ways, letting him know, or letting everyone know, about his failed business deals and the countless sexual impropriety accusations against him, and none of that worked. He still won. This surprised the Democrats. And from the second he beat Hillary Clinton, in my mind, that is the second the Democrats got off message. They never didn't have a message. People always saying that. I always hear people saying that the Democrats don't have a message. That's just not factual. They have a message. It's just they got off message. If they don't have a message, what are they saying now? How many of you guys saw that town hall with AOC and Bernie Sanders on CNN? Bernie Sanders has the same talking points. Am I lying or not? How many people have heard Bernie Sanders speak in the last 3 months? Those talking points that he has are the same talking points he has always had. The message is the same. The Republicans want to give tax cuts to billionaires, and they want to take away the poor people's programs. That's the message. It hadn't changed. What happened was, though, is that the Democrats didn't get off message. They have one, and they still have one. But what happened is they forgot about the American people, and they made it their goal to have President Trump impeached or imprisoned, and none of that worked, guys. Okay? Did he incite a riot on January the 6th? Why? If you ask me, you know how I respond to that? Just like the courts. The American people saw the same things that me and you saw, and they still voted for him. It's because the Democratic Party changed their message. Their message went from healthcare and fighting for the little man, disabled, and the marginalized people to focusing only on Donald Trump going to jail. Fighting for the people is the message that won them election after election. But due to the polarizing nature of President Trump's politics, the only message the Dems had was to make President Trump lose, while President Trump's message that the Democrats are bad and he's here to fix everything, which includes helping the people, and we saw the results of the election. Guys, I heard Joe Rogan say the other day that he liked Kamala Harris's policies, He said he didn't have nothing against her policies. You see, Mr. Rogan is an independent. And outside of Big Bernie, Joe is probably the most influential independent in America. Watching the polls during that time, VP Harris got most of her initial surges in the polls from when she introduced new policy ideas. I think I said that. I said it then, if you guys followed the content, and I'm saying it now. The people knew who President Trump was the first time, and they still voted for him. He has been charged, convicted, and was facing a jail sentence, and yet and still, they still voted for him. This is because they were forced, or they were focused, the Democrats, on President Trump. And President Trump, was focused on telling the American people he was here to fix their problems. Okay? President Trump responded and is responded in unprecedented ways. If you guys do not know that John Bolton, another person that was on his enemies list, you know what I'm saying? One of his national security advisors, former, has been indicted. You know what I'm saying? From labeling the opposing political party in America as evil. And he has backed those words up with actions like sending National Guard troops to major Democratic cities without the approval of the governors or the mayors. He has cut their funding. He has cut their programs. He has attacked their institutions. And every day he is dumping on them, using the presidential platform to rail accusations against them. I mean, every opportunity and every way President Trump can, he's getting at the Democrats. They have been defeated by him, demoralized. Republicans have control of every branch of government, but that's not enough for President Trump. He is trying to stump the Democrats out. Guys, if you have not liked the video, I ask that you double tap the screen for your boy Ghost Rider. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell. Guys, jump down in the comment section. Republicans, independents, and Democrats. I know this is a new time on this Friday morning, guys, but we gonna get to cooking in here. Boy, we got some good content. That being said, I think the government shutdown is the gift the Democrats have been looking for. And I'm going to tell you why. The shutdown has given them a concrete message. They are fighting for the millions of Americans who are about to see their healthcare premiums hit the ceiling. They are fighting for the working Americans who are struggling to pay the bills. They are fighting against a president who is trying to be a king. That's where we'll pick up the news story with the No Kings protest schedule. Millions of Americans are hitting the streets this weekend, and President Trump needs to take heed. Not because of the protests, not necessarily because of the government shutdown, not individually, in particular. But if you put it all together, while the government is shut down, while President Trump is indicting his enemies, while he is sending troops to American cities, while he is firing federal workers, the Democrats are using all of this together like stirring it up in a pot. They're using it together while the government is shut down. And they're having protests and they're organizing. And they're using it as an opportunity to organize ground up in every community across America, offering an off-ramp to every struggling American, giving them a voice for their grievances. To do that during a government shutdown, my point is, it is messaging that is so valuable and so powerful, the Democrats couldn't have planned or paid for it. You understand that? Just perfect situation for them. Guys, right before we jump into the news, my final point. The No Kings argument within itself, in my opinion, is one that we have heard before. How many of us have heard this? President Trump was trying to be a king the first time. And does it really resonate with independent voters? Just like the Epstein story as well. That's not the winning argument for the midterms. The American people don't care. Donald Trump isn't on the ballot in 2026. The people want to hear the Dems address the cost of living, the access to the American dream, and health care. That's the winning argument for the Dems. And doing it while you're bringing together millions of Americans across the country, that's not just a message, that's building a movement. So guys, that's my take. And down to the news. But before we do, I ask that you'll like the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you guys hit that notification bell. Also, guys, in this stream, everyone is welcome. I just ask that you guys be respectful to others. I welcome you guys, Republicans, Independents, and Democrats. Jump down in the comments section and let your voices be heard. Now, let's start the conversation. One last thing, though, before we do got to pay the bills. I don't have any sponsors yet, or I'm not taking money from no party, no one else, just you guys. So super chat, super thanks, super stickers, they all start at 99 cents. If you want to donate, or if you want to start a conversation or have your comment read, please hit the button with the $sign in it, and your donations are truly appreciated. So the source for this news story is NPR. It was published on October the 17th. Organizers of the No Kings protests are projecting that millions of Americans will demonstrate against the policies of the Trump administration on Saturday, that's tomorrow, amid ongoing ICE arrests and the deployment of National Guard troops to several Democratic-run cities across the country. The purpose here is to stand into solidarity, to organize, to defend our democracy, and to protect each other and our communities. And just say enough is enough, says Lisa Gilbert, who is the co-president of Public Citizen, a consumer advocacy group that is one of the protest organizers. We've been watching the Trump administration's abuses of power and millions took to the streets in June, she said. Some Republicans have decried the protests as anti-American. House Speaker Mike Johnson called it a hate American rally. This summer, droves of demonstrators protested on the Army's 250th anniversary, which coincided with President Trump's birthday and the celebration of the date. Trump insisted on a massive military parade that critics said was meant to honor Trump as well as the armed services. Now, protesters say they are speaking out on what they say are injustices perpetrated against the suspected undocumented immigrants, as well as a felon healthcare system, efforts to tilt elections, and other grievances. The organizers said the No King websites, the president thinks his rule is absolute. But in America, we don't have kings, and we won't back down against chaos, corruption, and cruelty. When asked about the planned protests and accusations that Trump was behaving like a monarch, White House spokeswoman, Abigail Johnson replied, "Who cares?" She had no further comment. In June, organizers estimated that 5 million people participated in a day of No King protests across the country and more than 2,000 events. Guys, this is what I'm saying. If the Democrats could keep that momentum going into the midterms, you see what I'm saying? This government shutdown was a gift. Listen, the title of your protest is No Kings. Okay? How many of us heard that before? That's what I'm saying. We heard that in the first President Trump's administration, his first term. I don't think that's a winning argument. Because even though people feel, and I can't say, listen, the ACLU has sued him so many times and they've been successful. California sued him. I can't say that he isn't tilting towards being an authoritarian. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is it's just not resonating with the American people because the Democrats used that argument before and he won again. And so they're saying it again. And I just don't think it resonates. You say, Ghost, why 5 million people showing up? 5 million people are showing up because they do have grievances against President Trump. But it's not that the Democrats don't have a message. It's that they are always getting off message with President Trump. For some reason, they can't stay on message, bro. Just go talk to Mandami. How many of you guys watched the New York mayoral debate last night? You know, I'm up here in Connecticut. We're going to New York City next week, so I'm particularly interested in those politics. But what I'm saying is just listening to Mandami. He's talking about what the American people care about. You know what I'm saying? I saw him being pushed by Cuomo on a host of issues, in which even some Democrats feel a little uneasy. I would say at least some Democrats. What's up, Reza, baby? I would say at least some Democrats feel uneasy. You know what I'm saying about Mandami being mayor of New York. But what I'm saying is his message is on point. That's the old Democrat message, and they need to get back to it. Reza said Democrats killing any momentum they think they have. I am not going to lie to you. Reza, I'm not sure about that. Why you say that? Reza, why you say they're killing the momentum? I don't think they are, though. I think they're building momentum. And the reason why they're building momentum, I think they're building that momentum off the government shutdown. It's hard to say that, but I mean, that gives them a message. You got a No King rally, and I mean, we out here saying that he's trying to be an authoritarian. You know, maybe he is. But I'm saying, does that win you in midterms? I'm saying when Mike Johnson has to stand next to a Democrat, and I'm saying the Democrat is saying that President Trump is trying to be a king, how will that help Mike Johnson? How will that help the individual senator or the individual, congressperson in a race? That's not the American people. They're not going in there voting. Oh, President Trump did something with Jeffrey Epstein. Well, then indict him. But I'm saying you're not winning that argument like that. That's how the Democrats keep losing. That's my take. That's my perspective. And I know I'm 1,000% right about it. So the no kings, like I said, I could see how the ACLU is getting at him. They filing lawsuits. They saying he's trying to be authoritarian, this and that, this and that. But I'm saying as far as the political people at the DNC, you know what I'm saying? As far as you got to win the midterms, the no kings protest is just a platform for the Democrats to organize the American people to start a movement. And what I'm saying is that the healthcare cuts, that big, beautiful bill, that's their argument to be successful. That's their traction. The no kings is just a platform, but their traction is, Chance said that God loves you. I appreciate that, sir. He loves you too. But their attraction is, you know what I'm saying, is the healthcare argument and the other, I would say, economic related arguments. KT, if you guys have not liked the video, I ask that you guys double tap the screen, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell. Also, guys, I just want to let you know that super chats, super stickers, and super thanks, they all start at 99 cents. Just hit the button below with the $ in it, and your donations are much appreciated. Guys, tomorrow, the No King rallies, they are projecting even a bigger turnout than 5 million people nationwide. That's something that President Trump has to pay attention to. I'm saying you get more than 5 million people to come out and to protest, bruh. Come on, man. And then the government shut down. Federal workers are furloughed and being fired. What I'm saying is, bro, look, before the government shut down and we could see the job numbers, we don't even know how the people are with the jobs because we can't see the numbers. The people might be struggling to get jobs. The cost of living, we went over that the day before yesterday. It's a little bit down, but I'm saying it still needs work. Rissa, what I'm saying is, from what I'm looking at, if I was President Trump, knowing what I know about the economy, and seeing 5 to 10 million people, the Democrats keep doing this. They're going to do it next summer. They keep doing it. 5 or 10 million Americans out there protesting with the government shutdown. That's cause for alarm. Harvard sociologist, assistant professor of public policy, Liz McKenna, said that in part, movements of this scale have succeeded in influencing social change, but their efficiency has dropped significantly since the turn of the century. He says we are not even a year into the Trump administration, and so I think the strategy on the part of the organizers, is to show that we are not backing down. Rissa says she's a former Democrat, but I talked to people who seen it the same way. Instead of talking about what Trump not doing, said some policies that put America first. Look, if you're going to put America first, what's America first? I'm not hating on President Trump, Rissa. Listen to me, baby. You should hear ghosts all the time. You know I'm not hating on President Trump as an independent. You know I'm not. Number one business for America was to get peace in the Middle East. Going that, well on the way. Number two is Ukraine. He got Putin coming to the White House. Zelensky's there now. He's going to meet Putin over in Europe or in Asia, and Zelensky's coming to the White House. So what I'm saying is, number one business of America, he's good. Number two business, he's good. All of the international or the foreign issues, he's working on them. But Rissa, what I'm saying is, if you put in America first, the government is shut down. If you put in America first, the government shut down. Roll up your sleeves and get it open. You're not going to get it open by taunting the Democrats, by talking smack to the Democrats. It's not going to open. I'm trying to tell y'all. If you saying that America first, what about the job numbers? Where the job numbers at? If we talking about America first, where the job numbers? If you talking about America, that's what Marjorie Taylor Greene talking about. Listen, I'm not hating on President Trump taking care of all those international issues, because those problems are the business of America and they're going to affect America. What I'm saying is, outside the tariffs, Outside the tears, if you saying America first, all you doing is you. So listen, this is what's happening. President Trump, he deporting people and he's trying to clean up the crime. You know what I'm saying? You see how I said that? I didn't say he's sending troops to the Democratic cities and trying to stop. No, he's trying to clean up crime and he deporting people. So that is America first, but I'm saying the economy is why he elected. The stock market looked pretty good, like I said, but cost of living needs work. The government shut down. Healthcare needs work. And I'm saying from this position, that could hurt him tremendously, guys. Let's see. Somebody says, Ritzy, you wish you were a woman because the most women are smarter than you. I don't like that, man. Please try to be respectful to each other. But I appreciate you guys coming into the stream. Beefy Head says jobs are going down. They have been going down. That's what I'm saying. They have been going down. I'm not up here to protest against President Trump. I'm not going to No Kings rally. But all I'm saying is if I'm a political strategist for the Republican Party, the reason why President Trump has to care, because if the Democrats take control of the Congress, you know impeachment's coming. Not only is an impeachment coming, they're going to start opening up investigations on everyone. I could promise y'all Tom Homan is going to get investigated and probably indicted as soon as they take control. It's a lot of people in his administration need to be worried about this. And Mike Johnson, you can say whatever you want to, my brother. 5 million people. If they double that, 10 million people. You've been in power for 6 months. And they went from getting 5 million people to show up. Now they getting 10 million people to show up. And while they got 10 million people out there, they get names and email addresses. That's a movement. You could win elections like that. They see, y'all say the Democrats don't have a message. Listen to man, Dami. Healthcare, cost of living, affordability. That's the message. It's just they got off message. They start talking about no kings. The people don't care about that. You see what I'm saying? Look, I'm going to say this one more time, y'all. We're going to get back to the news because I need y'all to understand how important this is, bruh. Listen, what's your representative? What state you in? What state you in? Let's say we in New York, and you got AOC sitting here, and she running against a Republican. So I'm saying that if AOC, you know she gonna win her election, but I'm saying you can't sit there and say that, oh, President Trump is a king, President Trump, Jeffrey Epstein, President Trump. The people don't want to hear that. That's the problem with the Dems. Y'all got off message, man. It's not that you don't have a message, you have a message. And you know why I'm saying they have a message? Do y'all know why I'm saying they have a message? Because, man, Dami is saying the same thing that they were saying in 2012. That's your winning message. That you are fighting for the little man. That's your message. But I'm saying when you start talking about no kings and Jeffrey Epstein and all this other stuff, look, when President Trump was on the ballot, don't get me wrong, the No Kings Parade, you good. You pulling 5 million people, you organizing, you getting ready for the midterms, you good. But my point is this, is that it's the messaging there needs to be the same. I don't care how boring the message is. The cost of living, how many of you guys are okay or cool with the cost of living? How many of you guys are having trouble trying to buy a house? How many of you guys, you see what I'm saying? Everyday life stuff, the boring stuff. You got to put your feet on the ground and you got to go talk to the people and you got to go ask them, what is the problem in your community? What are you guys worried about? Whatever they tell you, that's what's going to make them go to the polls. They're not going to wake up in the morning and say, hey guys, listen, President Trump, like, he could have been messing with some 15-year-olds. So because of that, let me go up there and vote for the Democratic congressperson, and President Trump ain't even on the ballot. No, they're not going to do that. What makes a person say that, hey, we finna go out there and we finna vote? I'm going to tell you what makes them go vote. What makes them go vote is not no Epstein story. what makes them go vote is not no authoritarianism. It's going to be because they can't buy a house. It's going to be because their health insurance is too high. Their grocery bills are too high. That's what's going to make them vote, guys. Government shutdown, that is a gift for the Democrats because it puts them on message. Instead of out there talking about he's trying to be a king, you could go out there and say, hey, he's trying to take your health care from you. He trying to make you pay double for your insurance. He trying to take the money out your pockets. That's all you got to do. Listen, y'all, tell me if I'm right or wrong. Bernie Sanders has had the same message and the same talking points, and it's resonating, and it's still resonating. Stay on message. You don't need to invent a message. You didn't never not have a message. You just got off message and started talking about President Trump going to jail. It's like, look, any politician, whenever a politician first runs, they try to find the dirt and dump on him. When President Obama was first running for president, they were talking about Reverend Wright and KKK, America, and him being a racist or a Muslim. It didn't fly. His second term, when he ran for president, they were talking about his liberal policies. Ritza, you see what I'm saying? That's the same thing that happened with President Trump. His first term, he ran for president. They tried everything. That Epstein thing came up. The girl pressed to file the charges in civil court. He talking about grabbing women by the peas and all this stuff. And I mean, you would think that he wouldn't have won the election. He didn't even think he won the election. But I'm saying he won the election. And when he won the election, then what you talk about next? His second term. It's the same. They never. It's like the Democrats, when he won that election, it's like they never got on policy and they stayed where they were on that hating stuff. Now it's the Russian hoax. And then now it's an impeachment. And then now it's an impeachment. And then they're not successful. So, January 6th happened. Thank you. That was a gift. So now we got to put handcuffs on them. So now we got to charge them. And Joe Biden governing, and you spending the whole 4 years trying to put President Trump in jail. But I'm saying, at what point do you look and say, hey, the American people, their health care, the prices are too high? Listen, that's why the progressives, Rissa, are about to take over the Democratic Party. Because one thing I noticed about the progressives, their messaging has not changed. Tell me, am I right or wrong? That's why Mandami is on point. Because he's with those progressives. The king, Bernie Sanders, same talking points. I mean, how did they not work? He's taking the money, he's giving billionaires tax cuts, and he taking your health insurance. He giving billionaires tax cuts, and Republicans talking about euthanizing homeless people. He giving billionaires tax cuts, and he taking the SNAP benefits. That's the message. That's the message they had with Barack Obama. That's the message Bernie Sanders had the entire time. The only difference is that middle part of the Democratic Party. Who was running it? Was it Nancy Pelosi? I'm not dumping on Nancy. I'm not dumping on Gavin Newsom. I'm not dumping on those people. I'm definitely not dumping on VP Harris. I'm not dumping on Representative Crockett. Listen, I hear everything Stephen A. Smith is saying about Representative Crockett. Every single word. I don't know why Stephen A. Smith is saying that he's an independent, but look, this is what I'm saying. You do need people to go after President Trump like that. You need people to go after the leader of that other political party like that. So seeing them talking about him like nonstop, constantly, like he's a bad person, I'm saying I understand that. But what I'm saying, if you run an election, your whole national party, your message should not be that he messing with Jeffrey Epstein, because the American voters, when they go vote in the midterms next year, you are going to get cream crop. Because that Republican, he going to be telling the people some stuff that he done did to hell. He going to talk about the issues. That's the whole thing. The Democrats ain't never lost no message. They just stopped talking about the issues and started focusing on President Trump. That's how I started it, guys. He's a polarizing figure. He has changed the entire world of politics, not just in America. As you guys come in the stream, I ask that you guys will like the video. If you're on a cell phone, double tap your screen, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell. Also, guys, Republicans, Independents, and Democrats alike, all you guys are welcome in this stream. I just ask that you guys will be respectful. Jump down in the comments and let your voice be heard. Also, guys, we do have to pay the bills. There's a button off to the side with a $sign in it. Super chat, super thanks, super stickers, they all start at 99 cents. Just hit the button with the $sign in it, and your donations are much appreciated. Nationwide hands-off protests erupt. It's here, guys, tomorrow. Last time they had 5 million people. They said they even gonna have more this time, guys. According to this source, is according to the USA Today on October 17. Let me take a second, bro. I'm going to get down in the comments. I'm going to try to get some of you guys' comments. Crockett don't do work. She just wants to be on TikTok. That's not true. Look, part of a great politician, what about President Trump was on TikTok? He won. That's how you win. In 2025, that's how you win. TikTok. AOC on TikTok, Jasmine Crockett on TikTok, and President Trump, he killed VP Harris on TikTok. If you want to talk like that, you could talk harder about President Trump, because VP Harris was like, look, they got to put it in their mind to get on TikTok. They weren't trying to be on TikTok. They were trying to do real policy, real ideas, real discussions. But what I'm saying is that's how you win these days. So what's wrong with her being on TikTok? My thing isn't about being on TikTok. My thing is when these Democrats are running for president, Yeah, president, when they running for Senate, Congress, you cannot be talking about President Trump like that. He's the one politician that changed the game. If you dumping on him, you are not going to win. I'm trying to tell you how you win. Mandami got the playbook. Go talk to Mandami. Go talk to Bernie Sanders and AOC. That's why I'm saying they're about to take over the party. That's how you win. It's about talking about the issues. I watched that debate. So Andrew Cuomo, guys, he's going at Mandami. He's talking about all kind of crazy things. You know what Mandami say? He say, oh, you lying. And then he start talking about how high food is in New York. He say, oh, you lying. Then he start talking about how high rent is in New York. It don't matter if he don't care. It don't matter if he ain't gonna do nothing for the people. What matters is they listening to your words. I'm listening. Listen, guys, listen. Big Ghost gonna give it to you, bro. I'm gonna give it to you. This is what it is. If you have a politician, you got two people standing here. I'm good at these examples, guys. All right, let me put my hater block. You got two people standing here, okay? I'm standing here, and I got somebody else standing here, and we going against each other, right? But the goal that we got is to help you. Our goal is to help you. What's a politician's goal? A politician's goal is to help the people. So what I'm saying is my goal is to help you, okay? I'm standing here and I got this other person standing here. Say, this guy, all he's talking about is me. That's all he has to say. He's talking about me. But you got to remember, the goal is to help you. The goal is to help you, Joey. The goal is to help you, Philip. The goal is to help you, Jeb. That's the goal. But you got a politician, all he's doing is talking about me. That's what Cuomo's doing. He's sitting there talking about Mandami, and Mandami, well, I'm the guy. Remember, we against each other. All he doing is talking about me, and I'm talking about helping you. That's all I'm talking about. All he's talking about is me, and all I'm talking about is helping you. Who you think you gonna vote for? It's like over the last, I don't know how long, all the Democrats want to talk about is President Trump. Oh, Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, Russia. Oh, this. That's the stuff you do at the beginning of a presidential campaign in 2015. You did that. He won. So now we need to talk about policies, because that's how we going to win. That's how we going to get them out of there, is the policies. We're not going to beat them if you talking about. You got to realize the American voters are smarter than what you think they are. So they know that you're supposed to be helping them. And what was he doing? He was going to North Carolina and Georgia during the storms and saying that, hey, they only going to give you $750. Y'all remember them big Trump checks? They only giving you $750 for the hurricane. Y'all remember he was doing that? He was coming out like he's trying to help the people. That's how he's coming. But the Democrats are coming talking about him. So I'm saying, if I'm in an election, okay? If I'm in an election and my goal is to help you, but all I'm doing is talking about this dude, you know I'm not focused on what I need to be focused on. And that's all I'm saying, guys. The No King parades, that government shutdown at this particular time has thrown the Democrats a bone. They back in the game. Guys, we got a new news story. If y'all in this live stream and you on a cell phone, I ask that you double tap your screen, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Groups organizing the No Kings protest include the ACLU. Shout out the ACLU, baby. That's my people. That's what I'm saying. The ACLU, they filing lawsuits. They're litigating against the Trump administration. That's called checks and balances. So all my Republican and conservative friends, you could get as mad as you want to. That's American government. It's called checks and balances. So the ACLU is litigating against President Trump. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I could understand they having a No Kings parade. I'm not hating on you guys for that. But I'm saying, when you get to the parade, y'all could do all y'all want to right now. And the main thing you need is phone numbers, email addresses. Y'all know how it go down. That's what you need mainly. And build on that. But you need people in the crowd hearing the grievances. Because you could do a No Kings parade about authoritarianism, but that's not what's going to win you the midterm elections, okay? So the American Foundation of Teachers. What's up, Mr. Good Citizen? He says the party of big government doesn't want a king. Make that make sense. Look, Mr. Good Citizen, what you said is scary if I was a Republican. Mr. Good Citizen, you said the party of big government. You saw everything President Trump been doing. What's going to happen when Gavin Newsom become president in 2029? What's going to happen? All the Republicans in America right now, what's going to happen, Mr. Good Citizen? I know you're not my brother, but I'm just saying, that's what the Republicans need to think about. What will happen when Governor Newsom becomes president in 2029? What Mr. Good Citizen said make a lot of sense. He going to be clapping and getting back at y'all. You see what I'm saying? The party of big government. They're going to want a king. You feel what I'm saying? I think about that all the time, man. If we make this move when the other party take over, then they're going to do the same thing. You know, when the Democrats come, when they take over, Stephen Miller, they coming for you. You already know it. Be prepared. When the Democrats take over, Tom Homan, they are going to indict you. Be prepared. Y'all can't mess with Christy Nome, dog. I ain't gonna let y'all get at. I can't let y'all get at Christy Nome. That's my baby. I'm sorry. I can't let y'all get at her. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We gonna have to call out the dogs when it comes to the Homeland Security Secretary. Her being in that position politically, I could understand the Democrats getting at her, and I try to stay at her because they in the spot. That's what they do. But what I'm saying, y'all can't do Christy though. That's my baby though. She's got love for her. We gonna give her a pass. But Tom Homan, they coming for you though. I could promise. I hear how Jasmine talking, bro. They coming for you, bro. If they take over Tom Homan, they putting cuffs on you, my brother. You getting handcuffs. I could promise you that. If the Democrats take in 2026, they gonna investigate you and they gonna put cuffs on you. Stephen Miller, bro, they gonna shoot at you. That's the game, baby. Rissa says that's not gonna happen. If you think it's not, what happened to all the rest of, what happened to, look, let's do this, Rissa. Rissa, hold up, Mr. Good Citizen. I need to, you said the Democrats won't see office for 12 years. That's crazy. How much you want to bet on that? They won't see what office? You talking about Congress? They finna win Congress next year. They gonna win Congress next year. Rissa, the Democrats will win Congress next year. But since you said it's not going to happen, I'm going to ask how many people in President Trump's administration, how many people in President Trump's cabinet went to jail so far? How many people in President Trump's cabinet went to jail so far? Rissa, you could be right. You could be right. But the fact that you gonna cut healthcare and you giving the Democrats a good argument. What you see, Mandami do, I'm talking about all the way left. What you see, Mandami do, that's gonna happen nationwide. Peter Navarro, Steve Bannon, Sidney Powell, Rudy Giuliani. You want me to keep going, Miss Rita? How many of President Trump's ex-cabinet went to jail? You know what happened? It didn't happen in the first 2 years. Not the majority of them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one or two of them happened right before President Trump took office. But it was when the Democrats took over Congress, they start those investigations. You guys got to understand how the government works. The Democrats don't have a gavel. They don't have no power. They can't bring no bills to the floor. They really can't do too much of anything. And that's why it's quiet. But I'm trying to tell you, if I told you once, I'm going to tell you twice. Once them Democrats get that gavel, if they get that gavel, Ms. Rissa said they not. Ms. Rissa said they not. They not going to win Congress. I don't see how they don't. Not with this going on. No Kings. The name No Kings comes from the organizers' belief that Trump is acting like a monarch rather than a leader of a democracy. America has no king and the power belongs to the people. What is a No Kings Day? What is that No Kings Day? The first No Kings Day protests on June 14th were organized to coincide with President Trump's 79th birthday. That's not too nice. And Flag Day, when there was a military parade in Washington, D.C. in honor of the U.S. Army's 250th anniversary. That day, there were protests in 1,800 communities across America. 5 million people. Mr. Good Citizen, Miss Rissa, this is what you trying to tell me. We got to see the size of the crowds tomorrow. Say we get 10 million people out there. At the same time, we got a government shutdown. At the same time, you firing people. At the same time, the job numbers don't look good. What I'm saying is President Trump, you sleeping on the domestic agenda. America first. I love that. I love that peace deal. Bro, how many of us don't love that ceasefire peace deal in Israel? The hostages coming home. We celebrate that. I push for that. That's business number one. Accomplished. This ain't no hate on President Tree. It's just straight facts. Business of America. Issue number one. Accomplished. Issue number 2, Zelensky at the White House right now. In a couple of weeks, he going to meet with Putin. He working that out right now. That's going to be a complicated issue. It's going to take some time. Issue number 3, domestic. On a domestic home front, for any president that was president, Miss Ritson, Mr. Good Citizen, and I'm going to take my glasses off to indicate, I see where you at right now, to indicate to Ritson, Mr. Good Citizen, I would like answers from you guys if you don't mind. That's what this live stream is about. This is what I'm trying to say to you guys. Any other president with a government shutdown, 2 months of negative jobs numbers, price of living not real, it's about 50-50. Gas a little bit cheaper, but I'm saying the price of homes haven't went down. Your health insurance about to go up for the poor people. The SNAP benefits been cut almost in half or non-existent. I'm saying it's, and then the rich people get a tax break. It sounds like an assault on the poor. Listen, I said it don't matter which way you go, but I'm saying if any other president had that going on, how can you say and you campaign on American First agenda to get the prices down on day one? And I'm saying even though he's doing a whole lot of good things in the world right now, I'm saying if he don't get on this home front thing, he's got to, bro, I'm saying, no. I don't care what y'all say. No, not where it stands, Miss Rissa. No. Republicans ain't finna win nothing where it stands. No, put money on it. Put money on it. I mean, you cleaning up in Israel. You trying to clean up in Ukraine, but in America, your domestic agenda is, I'm talking about the job. Where the jobs at? They ain't there. The government shutdown, that's going to hurt America's credit. Ain't paying no bills. The whole government shut down. Ain't paying the bills, ain't paying nobody. Ain't getting no money, ain't nothing. That's not no good look. And at the same time, people said, I heard the pundits say that they were trying to, they shut the government down because of the No King protest. Because I'm saying, you saying we don't want a king, but you saying that they finna make you pay more money. Listen to me. Them saying he trying to be a king, that's one thing, but them coming out there at the No King rally saying he finna make you pay more money, that's something totally different. That's something totally different. Oh, we shut the government. You gonna have? If I was in the DNC, I had Democrats all over America. Oh, we shut the government down. Famous one, Jasmine Crockett. Y'all see, my girl Kaylin Collins. Boy, what's up, Kaylin? Y'all see, Kaylin with Bernie and AOC. I'm saying if that's what they did last time. They town halls connecting with the people. I'm talking about talking to the people and keep talking about the people's issues. I'm saying President Trump, if I was you, my brother, domestically, I would be so worried about that election next year, bro. I'd be worried. 10 million people, 2,000 communities. They out there, I'm talking about Bernie, you got AOC, they talking to the people, bro. And President Trump is not on that ballot. So you just look at the House districts. If the DNC, if they smart behind the scenes, bro, if they smart behind the scenes, bro. I'm just saying, y'all. I can't hate on President Trump for what he's doing overseas. Who can? But I'm saying you got to refocus. Listen, that's the same thing happened with President Obama. Politics, listen, him dealing with world crisis is easier with dealing with America. Think about that. Him dealing with a crisis in the world is easier dealing with a crisis in America. So you know what he do? He just focus all his attention. It's no red tape. He could bomb Iran. Really, it ain't no red tape. You just kind of do what you want to internationally. Ain't nobody going to be suing you. Ain't nobody taking you to court. Ain't no judges stopping you. Ain't nobody tearing up your orders. You just do what you want to do internationally. But when you come to America, them politics is rough. Them politics domestically is rough. They rough, boy. Government shut down. Am I lying? Government all the way shut down. What do you think the Democrats gonna do? Listen to me, bro. Listen to me. Let's be real. Common sense revolution. Y'all go get Big President T. Bring Big President T here. Let me talk to you. Big President T, the whole job, the entire job of the U.S. government, of Congress, of all these people is to negotiate. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pass this bill because I'm listening closely. I'm listening to the Republicans, the Democrats, what they saying, how they going to come to an agreement. So I hear the Republican leader of the Senate, he says that, hey, I'm going to bring a vote to the floor for the Obamacare subsidies. All I need y'all to do is vote to reopen the government. The Democrats not going for that. You should have brought the vote to the floor before now. You should listen. How many of y'all how many of them talk to the Democrats before you sign that big, beautiful bill into law? How many of y'all talk to the Democrats? That's when you were supposed to be talking. So now they don't trust nothing you saying. Now you gotta talk to them. And they don't trust you. So I'm saying, President Trump, I understand John Bolton got indicted. You get your people you want to go to jail, they going to jail. But I'm saying, if I was you, I'm going to pick up the phone and I'm calling Hakeem and I'm bringing them back. If I was you, President Trump, I'm saying you're going to have to get to this domestic agenda. Because domestically, man, things will fall apart on you, man. And that's how you going to lose. With this domestic agenda across the world, he a hero. Come be a hero in America, President Trump. You got to step away from your party for just a second. This is about one thing and one thing alone: to score political points with the terrorist wing of their party. What? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Irmer? Who is Irmer? Who is Hermer? I hate American rally in D.C. That's what they saying. That's not what this is. These people don't hate America no more than the Republicans hate America whenever the Proud Boys and they doing their rally. The Republicans got a terrorist wing organization too. It's called the Proud Boys. If you want to talk about Antifa, they ain't no terrorists. They just opposing you. That's politics in America as usual. You can't cry. You got to roll your sleeves up and let's get to the business of America. Big President T, we ain't crying when we need no peace deal in Israel. We roll our sleeves up and we go get it done. What's up, Starlo, baby? If you guys haven't liked the video, make sure y'all double tap your screen, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Be President T, we ain't crying about Putin and how ignorant and how disobedient he is. We ain't crying about him. We just trying to get the deal done. And President Trump, we not going to cry about problems we have in our America. This is the business of America, and we going to get the job done. Roll up the sleeves. Swallow your pride. And call Hakeem. It ain't gonna get done no other way. Roll up your sleeves, swallow your pride, and call Schumer. We gotta get this done, baby. President T, you wanna be great? This how you be great, man. Forget what Speaker Johnson, no disrespect. I know y'all, that's y'all's job. Y'all, that's your job. But I'm saying they're not opening the government without, it's not going to happen. So you say, oh, we're going to take 70 days. You're going to lose. Because in them 70 days, they having rallies all across America with 10 million people, and they talking to the people, bruh. You going to lose. They're going to take that momentum into the midterms, man. You feel that? We need to open this government up. And the way we open it up is negotiations, just like you did with Hamas. If you could talk to Hamas, you could talk to the Democrats, right? They're calling the Dems terrorists like they are Hamas. It might be the way I'm looking at it or saying it. Mr. Good Citizen says Clinton was our last decent president. Y'all don't think that President Obama was a decent president? I think President Obama was above decent. I think he was a great president. I would put President Obama in my top 5. Point blank period. I don't care how nobody feel. How you ain't gonna put the first black president in the top 5? He the only face that look different than all other 46 faces, and you're not gonna put him in the top 5? That's some hate stuff to me. He top 5. Bill Clinton definitely top 5. I put Ronald Reagan, FDR. We already know what FDR is. We know what Abraham Lincoln is. You know the good presidents. President Trump, you get on Mount Rushmore, man, but you got to come home domestically and roll them sleeves up. Them job numbers, we don't see them, but when they come out, President Trump, if they look horrific, President Trump, I'm talking about healthcare subsidies. It's a no-go. We gonna have to vote on that right now. That's how we gonna open it. You can talk tough all you want to, but I'm telling you, them doing them rallies like that, you gonna lose. They gonna put the pressure on you. That's all that's gonna happen. The people gonna end up putting the pressure on you, bruh. Somebody gotta fold. And I'm listening to two sides, and this side is saying that the healthcare premiums for almost everyone is going up. And what they saying over there, oh, we gave Elon a tax break. Elon, I love you, dog. You don't need the money, though. I do. I love you, though. My mama need the money, bruh. You feel that? Real talk. Real talk. I'm talking about the people. We got people who making money and they struggling still, bro, to pay their bills, and they working 2 jobs and everything. Yeah, bro. We don't need no rich people to get we don't need them tax breaks for the rich. We don't need to take away no SNAP for the poor people or take nothing from the poor to give to the rich. That message Bernie Sanders has will always resonate with the people. It's about the people, and it's about fighting for the people's rights. Which candidates, which politicians are fighting for the people's rights? Rally organizers told USA Today they expect the crowds to be peaceful, celebrate their First Amendment right to protest. Local organizers were required to undergo crowd safety and de-escalation training. We are taken to the streets to exercise our First Amendment rights and speak out. We are not planning anything in any way that could be misconstrued as violence, okay? We are working hard to protect people, providing lots of trainings and preparation and creating systems, mechanisms to make sure people who turn out to be are safe. Look, I'm going to tell y'all, that's because President Trump, he waiting for y'all to do them rallies and not be safe. He waiting for that. That's going to give him reasons to put troops in all your cities. If y'all get out there and start acting crazy, you giving him a pat. That's what happened in California. Oh, what they did? You put one speck of paint on a federal building and troops coming. One fireball, you touch one federal officer, one rock at anything federal, them troops coming. You giving them the power. That's what the law says. He got the authority to protect all the federal stuff. So it's very important that you keep it peaceful, because you got the argument against him. Hey, I'm not voting for that because it cuts health care for all the people. That's all you. That's a perfect argument. We stop talking about, look, okay, we understand the no kings, but we stop talking about all the other stuff that don't matter. We stop talking about President Trump, and you start talking about the people and their issues. Whoever's speaking to the people's issues. President Trump was during the election, and the Democrats, yes, he was. Yeah, I don't care what y'all say. Yes, he was. He was at McDonald's dropping fries. He was on a garbage truck. He was running around at the hurricane, talking about how much them Trump checks and them Trump signatures and how much money he gonna give them. He was making them think, oh, I'm gonna lower prices on day one. Who he lowering prices for? Himself? He lowering prices for you. He ain't talking like Ghost and AOC and Jasmine like, hey, I'm out here for the people. He ain't talking like that, but what he was saying was people-oriented words. And all the Democrats was talking about was him. So you got a politician talking about helping me, and you got a politician talking about him. Here's my final take, guys. Within itself, I think the no kings argument is not a winning argument for the Democrats. Within itself, I really believe that. It's just an argument that the people, they're not going to vote on. They might care about it, but they're not voting on it. They already did. He's president. Look, I understand why the ACLU is doing this. They're filing 1 trillion lawsuits against this administration because they believe that President Trump is trying to be a king. And although they are successful with many more lawsuits than they are not, I am saying focusing on the midterms. This ain't for the ACLU. This is for the DNC. President Trump is not on the ballot, and saying we don't want a king is not going to unseat that Republican senator or representative that you're running against. What will beat them is highlighting how the Republicans promised to lower the cost of living, but they have not. How the Republicans gave billionaires a tax break, and then all of a sudden they cut health care and SNAP for the poor, cut programs for the poor, cost of living, the housing crisis. These are the messages that will resonate with the voters. Sure, no one wants a king, but that message by itself, just like the Epstein story and the Russia story, all of that is not going to win you the midterms. He's not even on the ballot. You have to focus on the issues of the voters. What's gonna make the voters go vote? Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, a child molester. Oh, song with Jeffrey Epstein. Oh yeah, that made me want to go vote against President Trump. I mean, maybe in a presidential election, he ain't even on the ballot. Them people ain't going in there to vote. They gonna stay home. And if they don't stay home, the people showing up to vote, it's those 5 million people they got nationwide. The Democrats gonna have more enthusiasm, Miss Rissa. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you, President Trump and them to win against, because you got to understand that history is favoring the Democrats. We went over this 1,000 times to win those midterms. The midterms is always against the incumbent party. So I'm saying he got a lot of work going on, man. You know what I'm saying? Guys, food for thought, though. What we will probably be talking about in our next stream, Mandami, a Democratic progressive running for mayor of New York, will probably win. Why is that important? He has the right message. Cost of living and a chance at the American dream is simple. Whenever what's his name was talking, Cuomo started talking about, oh, aren't you love Hamas and you, because they did that to President Trump. They got President Obama. They're gonna do that to any Muslim. You know what I'm saying? Or someone they think, oh, don't you love Hamas and you won't speak against Hamas and you hate Israel? And you know what he started doing? He looked in the camera and started talking about what matters to the voters. This man talking about Hamas. And rent is $1,500 for 300 square feet. 300 square feet, you paying $1,500 rent. It ain't enough houses. The people can't afford houses. They got to stay with their parents in New York. And you talking about Hamas. The voters don't care about that. I'm trying to tell you, they don't care about that stuff. We talk about stuff, a lot of stuff they don't care about. Look, President Trump is good at making you look bad. That's what they trying to do with politics. He'll get on your head. Oh, Kamala, she a Indian or she black or she this. And he'll put that in your head and he'll keep driving that in. Oh, Jasmine got a low IQ. He gonna drive, he gonna try to, but he's gonna talk about the issues though that people care about. He just gonna throw out his snot comments and then get on the issues. Jasmine, baby, what Stephen A. Smith is saying about you, what he trying to say is he don't never hear you talk about no issues. He's trying to say all you talking about is President Trump, which, like I said, you need strategically, you need people in your party to do what President Trump does to people, to just try to constantly throw dirt on them. But I'm saying that I don't like for you to win an election, though, you have to talk about the issues that people care about. And I think that's what Stephen, you got to talk about what they care about. How y'all going to get this written down? VP Harris was doing that to a certain extent. She was doing that. Honestly, we need to build 3 million houses. Y'all remember that? The government needs to regulate the people jacking up prices. Y'all remember that? Saying that, all of that, the progressives, in my opinion, they really never got off message. And this is what I mean. Kaylin Collins with Bernie and AOC, the town hall. Imagine if they did a tour like that. Town halls all across America. Bring out President Obama one night. Bring out Jasmine one night. Bring out Michelle and others. Doing rallies and town halls all over America. Why wait till next year? You need to start right now. But seeing Bernie and AOC, I mean, Bernie has had the same message for 20 years. Same talk. Am I lying, y'all? Bernie Sanders has had the same talking point for 20 years. It don't matter. He'll come out here right now. He'll have 100,000 people out there because what he's saying is the winning message. This summer, him and AOC were getting 20K. They were getting 30K. They were getting 40K. President Trump, we care about crowd sizes, right? They were getting 50K. They were getting 60K. They were getting 70K. Went to Los Angeles and over 80,000 people with that same message. That same message. It's like AOC and Bernie said, hey, hold up, y'all. We got to come out here and make sure we not dead. So we going to come out here and we going to give the message the Democrats always gave and see how I do. Instead of talking about President Trump. I'm a voter. I'm looking at both of y'all. I know you're supposed to be helping me. I hear one person mentioning helping me and the other person, all they doing is talking about him. I don't care about none of that. What you gonna do for me? How you gonna get the rent lower? What you gonna do for me? If you ain't doing nothing for me, then I don't care about what President Trump doing in his personal life. Who cares? He's trying to be an authoritarian. Well, we got courts and he's been sued more than any other president in U.S. history. Let the process work itself out. What you gonna do about that light bills, though? That's what the people care about. Bernie Sanders got that winning message. If the progressive wing of the Democratic Party is the only part of the Democratic Party that's staying on message, then guess what's finna happen? Focusing on the voters and not President Trump, then the progressives are about to take over the party. The goal is to speak to the American people about their problems and not President Trump. Tell me where I'm wrong. Y'all tell me where I'm wrong. Where I'm wrong at? That's the goal, bro. The whole goal is where I'm wrong at. To speak to the problems of the people. Isn't that what a politician's supposed to do? What they supposed to do? Y'all tell me. You see what I'm saying? And all this other stuff is just irrelevant stuff. It's irrelevant banter or whatever the word is for it. You feel me? It doesn't matter. It's unimportant. It's not important, bro. And I keep trying to tell you guys that, and I will tell you guys this over and over and over and over until we get the message. None of that stuff matters. Y'all tell me where I'm wrong at. I'll jump down there with y'all. Y'all, whatever y'all saying down there, we can talk about. The No Kings protest this weekend. Mr. Good Citizen said stop putting faith in the government. I'm saying, what you gonna put faith in? We put faith in God, right? But then I'm saying this is our government. We the people. We are the people. This is our nation. This is our government. I'm saying, what are we supposed to do? We gotta try to win, right? Are we trying to win? As Americans, as a society, as a community, it's not putting faith in the government. We saying we gotta work. Man, these are all problems that can be solved. President Trump could roll his sleeves up and say, hey, listen, I ain't trying to do this, Ghost. I don't really want to talk to Hakeem, or I don't want to talk to But listen, what y'all want? What y'all gonna give me? What's y'all concession? And then make it work. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Good Citizen, you said the government is your enemy, my brother. Like, what can I say? What can I say? You can make whoever you want to your enemy. I don't see how they're your enemy, though. They keeping you safe every day, Mr. Good Citizen. All the people who hate the government, they keeping you safe. I know at least 5 nations on earth who would attack America at will. At will. But they hadn't attacked yet. They providing services for the people. That's what they're supposed to do. The government does a lot more things for you than you can realize, than you give them credit for. Nobody's putting faith in the government, bro. This is the process. A normal, regular person, a normal, regular man, he wants to change his country. He wants to change his nation like President Obama or like President Clinton, and they get involved in politics and they start working. We want to help. We want to help out. We want to handle the business of America. What's wrong with that? King Edward says God is part of the government, return to constitutional ethos, and we are the government personal and public responsibility. Yes, we are. And they got to understand that. You said if government kept us safe, how did 9/11 happen, but another one didn't happen? A 9/11 could happen every week, every day. You are human. Mr. Good Citizen, do you make mistakes? If you make mistakes, how they can't make mistakes? Make that make sense. So 9/11 was just a lapse in security. You fixed that. It ain't happened again. Everybody make mistakes. You got to allow for people to make an error or two, man. Maybe so. That's everybody. I've caused more destruction to myself than anybody else. And you have too, Mr. Good Citizen. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing you could say to make me go against my government. To me, that's ludicrous. Going against my government is like going against myself. If they doing stuff that they ain't supposed to be doing, then you just correct them. You point out the mistakes, and we the people stand together and we speak on it. That's how you handle that. But I'm saying just hating the government, no, I can't do that. That's crazy. I am an American. That's what I am. That's like saying that, oh, your mom or dad's not doing nothing for you, so you should hate them. No, that's who I am. They helped make me. You see what I'm saying? That's the same thing when you saying that about God. You turning against God. That's who I am. He created me. That's the same thing you saying I can't turn against the military because I serve. That's who I am. I'm a soldier. Once a soldier, you a die soldier if you ever was a real one. I can't turn against people with disabilities because I got a disability. That's who I am. That's how you be authentic. I can't turn against black people because I'm a black man. It's not identity politics. It's staying true to who and what you are. This is what I am. This is who I am. And I'm going to stay 1,000 on what I am. I'll die true. I'm the realest person you ever meet. This is how you be real. I'm teaching y'all how to be real. This is how to be real. You don't hate your government. You don't turn on your government. If it needs to be fixed, then let's fix it. We could be lazy. We could stand on the sidelines and we could gripe and complain, or you could pick up a flag or pole, a sign or something and get your butt out there and get to work. It's work. It's work. That's all it is. You got a voice. You don't understand you got a voice. They don't even understand it. How many people in this stream, y'all in Jasmine District? Get on the phone and blow her phone off the hook. Make sure they hear what you got to say. Anybody could do that. Anybody. You say good luck with that. What about the 5 million people? What about the 5 million plus people hitting the streets tomorrow? Tell them good luck with that. What about President Trump? Did he not say he wanted to drain the swamp? Was he not a rich billionaire that ran for president? Because he want to make a difference. He want to make a change. If you want to make a difference or make a change, get out there and start fighting. Stop crying. Don't cry, fight. Don't cry, fight. We do have to work together. You see what I'm saying? And the Democrat, President Trump gonna have to work with them. Ain't got no choice. One way or other, he gonna have to work with them. Gonna have to. It might take, I don't know how long it's going to take before they could get to that point to where they coming together and they're agreeing, but they're going to have to work together. Guys, if y'all have not liked the video, I ask if you on a cell phone, y'all double tap that screen, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that notification. Also, Bill, guys, we've been streaming for about an hour and 25 minutes. There's a little button down below with a $sign in it. If you guys want to become members of the channel, super chat, super stickers, super thanks, they all start at 99 cents. Just hit the button with the $sign in it, and your donations are much appreciated. Government is the biggest threat to our freedom, Mr. Good Citizen. I'm not denying anything you're saying. I'm saying get involved. Say it for me. Say it with me. Get involved. Get involved. Do not stand on the sidelines and complain, not doing nothing. Get involved. Get involved. You obviously care about politics because you in this live stream and you come in here all the time. You a moderator in this live stream. So you care about politics. So why care and not do nothing? Get involved. It's simple. If you crying, what's the ACLU doing? They organizing, they getting out there, they trying to do stuff. You got to get involved. Get involved. If you trying and ain't nothing happening, that's one thing. But if you ain't even trying, you're not even involved in nothing that's going on in the community or with your government. Most of your freedoms and protections, that's probably going to come from federal law. But most of the things that's affecting you today is being done by a politician. You could walk straight in their office and talk to them. City councilman. Maybe you might not could talk to the mayor depending on how big your city is, but you could talk to the sheriff. Those local, most of them judges are elected. And if you ain't got no case going, you could talk to one of them. That's what I'm saying. Most of your government officials that affect your day-to-day life, you could go walk straight into the office and talk to them. And the ones you can't, like Jasmine and them and AOC and them on the federal level, they all got a 1,000 representatives with phone numbers and offices and everything you could call and let your voice be heard. You can't complain about the government being bad and not be willing to do nothing about it. You just got to deal with it. Or don't worry about it. Guys, if y'all have not liked the video, I ask y'all to double tap that screen for your boy, Big Ghost Rider, man. Y'all feel me? I came, I saw, I conquered, man. The No Kings protest tomorrow, man. They expecting north of 5 million people. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be talking that government shutdown, man. So, you know, President Trump, I know he going to be watching. You know, CNN and them, y'all going to be out there. Fox News, they going to be bad-mouthing. MSNBC, they going to be out there. We got to see what happens. Y'all, we got 10 million people out there, shoot. If our President Trump and them 10 million, and they all got signs talking about us with a government shutdown, and we shedding jobs, and they getting anxious, and they organizing it. And I ain't on the ballot to help y'all in 2026. Oh my goodness, Speaker Johnson, y'all in trouble, my brother. That's why, if you ask me, that's how I look. It look like some real issues ahead. You know what I'm saying? President Trump, he going to address some things that we going to talk about. He got to help the people. He already said he was. He said he going to help the people with some of that tariff money. You know what I'm saying? Brian said, yeah, over five. Last time, June 16th, there was 5 million people at those rallies. 5 million. 1,800 locations with 5 million people. Imagine if they were doing that 30 days before an election. You lost. You lost. You think all 5 of them million people are Democrats? Those are all 5 million voters for Democrats. And then they doing it across the country. So that means that they gonna come straight to your community. How many people were at the No Kings rally? 5 million nationwide. Brian, you saying that's not a lot of people? That's a lot of people. President Trump didn't win the election by 5 million votes. And you talking about President Trump. You talking about President Trump. Like the most popular of all Republicans. Oh, you saying 5 million people ain't showing up tomorrow? Well, last time they said they had 5 million. So we gonna see. Since y'all say that, we going live tomorrow at 8:30. You know, we ain't gonna be able to see how many people out there till Monday, but we gonna see. We gonna run the numbers. Y'all hear this, right? Y'all said we ain't gonna be here no 5 million people there, dog. But Mr. Good Citizen, all you doing is complaining, but you ain't doing nothing about it. What you doing about it? Ain't doing nothing about it. We ain't doing nothing about it. We just doing a whole bunch of complaining. That's all we doing. Hey, Victor, you on this live stream. Well, you was on this live stream. You know what I'm saying? I'll see you later, my brother. He was on here. I don't know what happened to him. He gone now, I guess. What happened to Victor, y'all? He out of here. My bad, Victor. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that about that. Who else we got? What you mean? Yeah, but that don't mean nothing. You mean because Mr. Good Citizen, my mom? That's how we do it in here. We got Republicans, Democrats, Independent. We ain't got to agree on issues for him to be a moderator. We ain't got to agree on nothing. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Good Citizen, when we were streaming back then, he would come in here. He had some good points, some real good points. He would come in here like, so I made him a moderator. He could feel different than me about anything he wants to. That's on him. You said in your county, Brian? What county you? Oh, you mean in Missouri? But that's a lot of people, Brian. Brian, that's a lot of people. 3 million people? I mean, 300 people? What county you live in? You talking about St. Louis County? 300 people is a lot of people for one city across America. St. Louis ain't even one of the top 10 biggest cities in America. Let's look it up real quick, Brian. So the last No Kings, how many people showed up for last No Kings? No Kings. Last No Kings. So you don't think I'm lying, Brian? See, I might be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all on here might be smarter than artificial intelligence, but they got the source listed too. The No Kings protest on June 14, 2025 is backwards, y'all. What that say? Across the country. How many people? Y'all seen it, right? In Gainesville, there was only 3,000 people. Other cities reported thousands or just over 1,000. Brian C. said they only had 300 where he was. Nationally, that's what we talking about. They're estimated to have millions, over 5 million nationally. Over nationally. Over 5 million nationally. So I'm saying, like, I don't know. Y'all might know better than me, but that's what they saying. I know if they organizing like that and they getting people to show up like that, bro, when it comes time to vote, somebody in trouble. Truth Nation, people come in here and say that every single day. You ain't got nothing to do, my boy. That's it. You know what I'm saying? If it's cooked, you won't be here to see it. Good luck to you too. Lou says in NYC, they having tens of thousands. Tens of thousands. That's what I'm saying, Brian C. You know? Brian, if I'm President Trump, I don't like how that looks. So you know how you stop that? By addressing domestic issues. You know how you counter it. You can't stop it. You know how you get, instead of 300 people showing up in your county, you know how you get 30 people to show up? By addressing the other 270 people's issues. If you address their issues, then they won't show up. They don't have no reason to. But if you don't address their issues, Brian C., the crowd's going to get bigger, and they're going to get bigger, and they're going to get bigger, and they're going to get bigger. Yeah, probably are, but I'm saying, like, you know, nobody ain't got faith in the government like that. I don't know, like, who keeps saying that? I'm saying you got a war in Israel. You keep cutting on TV and you got hostages. You a human being. You got hostages. You got people starving, not having enough food, women and children. So I'm saying that ain't got nothing to do with faith in government. You just speaking on issues of the world. And the men who got the power, you hope or pray that they take the action to solve the issues of the world. That's what you're doing. It's simple. It's easy mathematics, bro. It's too easy. It's not putting faith in government. I don't have faith in government like that. I hope our government works. I want it to work. And I'm going to say and do the things to say and do the things. But it's not putting faith in government. You know what I'm saying? Like the Democrats, they fired up. This is their moment to take a stand. And President Trump, he should see that. And he should move accordingly. If you take it personal, then take it personal. Brian C., you could take it personal. I don't know how you take anything I say personal. If you hadn't learned by yet, if you hadn't learned yet, you can't take it personal. It's facts. I'm going to give you truth. I don't care what it is. It's going to be straight truth. I'm not finna get on here and say some stuff to make you look good. Are you paying me? Who paid me? What you pay me? Who paying me? I work for you? I don't work for you. I'm going to get on here and do what ghosts do. Tell the truth. It's simple. You said they could pick up 19 seats. I don't see that, Brian C. Where you see that at? They are not picking up no 19 seats. Brian C., I will bet you a whole lawsuit, a settlement. They are not picking up 19. You're not going to pick up 10. You'll be lucky to get 5. Ken said, who cares? If I'm talking to 19, Ken, now I'm talking to 18. Have a good life. I'm talking to 18 now. I talk to 15. I could care less about any of that. Who cares? Sup, OG Stoner? My bye. Hey, what's up, Brian C. though? You said your truth ain't necessarily facts, but you a Democrat, right? And you got the facts lost. The Democrats got all the facts. You notice the ones who always talking about facts is the Democrats. That's why you lose all the time. Because you got the facts, loser. The facts with a loss. The Democrats always talking about facts. Facts wrong. I hear them, I ain't gonna say no networks because I like the network. Your facts wrong. Your facts wrong. That's why you lost, stupid. Because you got the wrong facts, loser. Yeah, they are, Mr. Good Citizen. We ain't talking about left or right. We're just talking about the issues. I just talk about what happens, the issues. That's all I talk about. What's going on in America. It ain't nothing to do with faith in government, faith in nothing. It's just that, you just take part of the process and you participate and do what you can. All you can. That's all we can do. It's just do what we can. OG Stoner, it says treat me great. Better than ever. Where you at right now? The same place you been your whole life? I'm in a state I ain't never visited before. I'm going to be in a city next week I never seen before. In the last 3 months, I done seen 15,000 miles of things I ain't never seen before. That's how life treat me. Ain't too bad. I can't complain. Yeah, Mr. Good Citizen, I agree, but I'm saying, what can we do about that? That's what I'm saying. President Trump came, he said he was going to drain the swamp, he was going to do this. It's not that easy, bro. It's kind of hard. It's tough. And he's seeing that. All you could do is try and participate in the process, right? All you could do is try. Brian, I see what you're saying, my boy, but I just don't see them getting 19 seats. I don't see it. It's not going to happen. I know that's wishful thinking, man. You just got to look at history. Not 19. I'm not saying they won't keep the House or the Senate. I don't think they will. I think they'll keep the Senate possibly, but not the House. But 19 seats, though, that's not finna happen. I don't see it. You said President Trump's past. I mean, yeah, maybe so, but what about his present? Him getting that peace deal in Israel, what about that? Or that ceasefire? What about him stopping the war in Russia and Ukraine? What about that? I'm saying he done some stuff, some good. What about, it ain't putting faith in him. It's just that, like today, presently, yeah, he's the president. Pray for him. That's how I feel. Pray for him. I don't hate on him. I'm going to pray for him. Maybe he is, but, ain't nobody perfect. See what my boy Titan said? He living. You see how fat I am? I'm missing meals. You can't, y'all. You need some glasses. I'm missing meals, y'all. I'm missing meals. I need to miss more meals than I miss. I'm overweight. That's not healthy. I don't need no buffets. I'm carrying a buffet around my waist, bro. What we talking about? They're like little kids stuff. Brian, you say 5 to 7 seats. I'm going to remember that, Brian, because you one of my dudes. So I'm going to remember that. That's possible. That's not impossible. What about California? They're going to redistrict 5 seats. California's the Democrats got the most populous states. You can't beat them in that fight. How you could beat them in that fight, Brian C? They got more people in California than you got in Texas. They got more people in New York than you got in any other. They got more people in Illinois. You can't beat them in that fight. The Democrats got more people in their districts than the Republicans, usually, generally. You said you don't think so? I think they are, though, Brian. They're straight Democrats. Why wouldn't they? Let's look at a poll, Brian, on that constitutional amendment. Let's look at a poll real quick. Let's see what the polls say, Brian. I'm finna dip, though. I got just a second, man. You know what I'm saying? So that constitutional amendment in California. So you need 60% of the vote, it looks like. Hold on, Brian. Let me see something. So Prop 50, and I think they voting on it in a couple of weeks, November 4th. This is what you're dealing with. My source is News San Diego, KGTV, published October 15th, 2 days ago. New ABC 10 News San Diego Union Tribune poll shows where San Diegans stand on Proposition 50 ahead of a special election to override the California Independent Redistricting Commission. Respondents also shared opinions on both President Trump and Governor Newsom. When asked whether they approve or disapprove of the job of President Trump, 18% approve and 48% disapprove. Same with Governor Newsom, 19% approve and 31% disapprove. But they're not voting for Governor Newsom, though, right now. 32% said they strongly approve of the effort to pass a constitutional amendment, while 26% say they disapprove. So, Brian, you might be right. We're going to find out. Brian, I see you. Hey, Brian went down there and looked at the numbers, my boy. Brian, you might be right. You might be right. Who knows? I don't know, Brian. We're going to have to find out. We still got a year. So a lot can happen in politics. The thing is you don't take your eye off the ball. And the ball is the American people, Brian. If we are not getting enough jobs in America, that's a problem President Trump needs to work on. He promised jobs. If the price of living isn't low enough, that's something he needs to work on. He promised that. Whether a midterm or not, whether a government shutdown or not, none of that's supposed to matter. You're supposed to step out there and help the people regardless. Regardless. But Brian, you might be right. I'm not in here dumping on President Trump. I wasn't hating on President Trump by talking about the No Kings rally. Is that hating on President Trump because I wanted to talk about the No Kings rally today? That's hating on him. That's not hating on him. He's the president. That's not having faith in government. He has a domestic agenda. He needs to attend to it. There's problems on the home front. America first. Marjorie Taylor Greene saying this. It ain't just me. This ain't no politics. I mean, he solved Israel's problem, or is in the process. He's in the process of solving Russia's problem. You got to solve the American problems. That's all I'm saying. Guys, that's my time, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Brian C., I appreciate you showing up. Haven't seen you in a while, my brother. Listen, check this out, bro. I'm a Christian. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I get in a situation that's bigger than me, bro, I get on my knees and I pray and I get up and don't worry about it. The reason why I could do that is because I got a relationship with God. I believe in God. I believe Jesus suffered, bled, and died on the cross for my sins, for your sins. I believe he is the only way to salvation. That being said, man, like every day I wake up, I'm thankful, and I say, this is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Mr. Good Citizen, Brian C., I appreciate y'all showing up, my brother. Y'all feel what I'm saying? That's what we do. We have a discussion, man. Brian C. know this on Legal Wars Live. I ain't hating on President T. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not finna be his cheerleader either. If he were paying me, then that was different. I'm not getting paid by the Republican Party. I'm going to just come in here and speak the truth the way I see it. I know if we have negative jobs, healthcare going up, government shut, it's too much going on, Brian C., in America. We need to come back and focus on these problems. These problems can be solved. They're not impossible. All you got to do is find you a phone. Let us find the phone. See, I can't find the phone. Maybe he can't find the phone. Find you a phone and Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries and work through it. Just work through it. Get the problem solved, man. President Trump's a fixer. That's why he was recruited for that position. So let's fix the problem. Y'all, that's my time. 8:30 tomorrow, man. Same channel, same time, different location, guys. We're going to come out. Brian C., I see they in here. They on my head top. Like I was coming for President Trump. I never came for President Trump. Titan, I'm going to make you a moderator real quick too, my boy. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys showing up, man. All the love and support I get from you guys, man. I love y'all, man. That's my time. Once again, guys, I'm out. I'll be live again tomorrow, if it's the Lord's will, at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, man. We're going to do the same thing, Mr. Good Citizen. Talk about the business of America, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that link in that bio from my IG, man, and y'all get every minute almost of Ghost Rider while I'm out here. I love y'all, man. Brian C., y'all showing up. Titan, Mr. Good Citizen. I hope I see y'all tomorrow, man. Y'all have a great day.